Yesterday, I've asked my beautiful audience in Instagram to ask me anything you want. They sent me a bunch of questions, and those questions were so freaking good that I decided to make a whole video. Okay, question number one.
How are you spending the time in quarantine?
Bleh. How am I spending the time in quarantine? I am playing video games, watching movies, smoking weed, drinking wine, having sex, masturbating, meditating, writing, learning to code. I'm learning how to create apps now, and I wanted to buy a piano, but everything is closed. So I'm kind of like using this gift of a time to follow the things that I always wanted to do, but also wasting a lot of it. So it's a balance of.
What changes did you feel before and after shadow work?
It definitely gave me more clarity, more empowerment, and the ability to even further control and manifest the life that I really want. I used to struggle for money, I used to work really hard to get money, and even then I would not have money. Now I don't have that problem at all, money just flows to me. With women, I used to somehow always attract women that are not very good for me or somehow not really fully meeting me in all my aspects. And now the situation is very different. I have a beautiful, amazing woman who is meeting the whole rainbow of who I am. I'm generally more connected to myself. I have a deeper understanding of what's happening to me.
And my view on tantric sex. It's probably the best way to have sex, really, to not have a goal, not to push yourself to do anything or orgasm or satisfy anyone. You just do it for the sake of it. You enjoy what it is, you enjoy what you're doing, which is the most present and most alive way to do anything. So tantric sex is the way to go.
What should one do when they feel lost on their spiritual path?
I'm trying to think, how can you feel lost, and what is the... In the question there is the assumption that you were supposed to get somewhere, and in spirituality the whole point is not to get you somewhere but to get you into the moment.
So what would you say to someone who feels lost in their life? Like, I don't know, they don't have this direction and you feel lost because of it?
Be like, okay, let's say I have endless possibilities, like I have all life to my control. I could do whatever I freaking want. No consequences, no money issues, there's no possibility of failure, there's no chance that I will disappoint my parents. All of this is gone. What would I actually want? Who am I if there is no one I'm trying to impress? What is coming out of me? Where will my curiosity take me? So the answer to that question is, or at least the beginning of the answer, because sometimes we are so disconnected from ourselves that the answer doesn't come so easily. But the beginning of the answer, maybe some curiosity, maybe some song that can remind us of something, maybe a movie that, something that tickles this, I think it's this, I think I wish this, but this could never happen. Well, you go, well, wait, can it never happen? Can I never ride horses for a living? Or can I not travel for the rest of my life and enjoy different cities around the world? Can I not eat chocolate for a living? Or whatever it is that you want. It seems to me now that the world pretty much invented a job to any possible pleasurable thing to do. So, thank you. So are you.
How do you become a content creator? Yes, I love your damn hot stuff.
Damn hot stuff. How do you become a content creator? You start creating. I mean, I'm trying to answer it in a more sophisticated way, but I don't... You have something in you that you want to say, you have something in you that you want to express, you put the freaking tool that will allow you to express it, and you just do it. The audience react, you go, great, they like it. Here is me trying to do it better. Here is me trying to do it even better, and here is, and me involving with the process. If you really want to create, then just start. and everything else is excuses.
Are you monogamous or poly?
I'm not poly, but we're not in a monogamous relationship, we're in an open relationship. I think my girlfriend is more polyamorous than me. She loves the whole concept of having multiple love stories with different people. I prefer, at least in this point in my life, to have one love story with my partner, and then have different adventures with other people. She doesn't see it this way. She doesn't want this way. Maybe you can quickly come and say, well, how do you see it? You want to sit on the pillows?
No, I know, it's very good. I'm gonna go back behind the camera soon. How do I see it? No, for me it's to open up myself, my heart and my yoni and my whole being. It cannot just be like a momentary adventure, like one night. I don't really do that. I feel like I'm building connections with people. And the way I see it is this is a primary connection where we have like a really safe container, and this is where we go deep and take each other like into account, our needs and boundaries and all of that. And then, yeah, maybe love story is a cute word for that. But like when I connect with someone else, to let them in, it has to be like a connection being built, like touches my mind and my heart and my, all of my body, to let somebody in an intimate way.
The reason that I resisted it is because I kind of didn't trust that she or any other woman would be able to state a boundary and stand behind it. Many women throughout my life have enjoyed when there is a little bit of a game around the boundary.
Pushed on. No, don't do that.
Right. So in my perception, women are more like that, when they are like, they like when a man playfully expand their boundaries.
And obviously that doesn't create safety then.
Obviously, yeah. So the more I got to know Kim, the more I realized that this is not the kind of woman she is. When she says that this is my boundary, that's her boundary. So the more I realized that, the more I trusted in her. And in general, there is more openness in me for this.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The problem is not with approaching. The problem is that you're afraid of rejection. It's okay to get rejected. Everyone got rejected. Everyone. Just learn to be okay with it. Just do it a few times. You'll see that you're still alive. Good luck.
How do you deal with depression and anxiety? You want to add on that?
If you reach depression, all the way to depression and anxiety, you've allowed a lot of thoughts to take over without addressing it, without actually communicating with yourself about them. So a thought could be like, fuck, this virus situation is horrible, I might die soon. And you don't address it, you just put it aside. And you're like, no, that's fine, I'm just gonna watch this Netflix video. No, I'm just gonna do this other thing, I'm gonna distract myself in this way, whatever else. Those thoughts, they accumulate, and then when you didn't address them for a very long time, they become depression, they become anxiety. Whatever I feel something arising in me, I let it out, I address it, and I also internally communicate with myself. So if the thought says, I feel that this virus will get me and I will be in trouble, I don't just let it be there, I address it.
Were you ever harmed simply because you were yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I had it's funny to answer this growing up in a family that was not the most healthiest family. Fuck it, I had an abusive father. So I had a father that would basically hit me whatever he felt like when I deserve it. So it could be from whatever fucking reason he wanted to. So to answer your question, yes. I was just being me, and that was somehow a reason for my father to hit me. And this is not only my father, it's obviously somehow that dynamic have been coming back throughout my life when I was either hanging out with the wrong guys and maybe some bullies at school and so on. So obviously, yes. Less now though. That's now. I have more healthy people around me, and you can see that the more I get to know myself, the more I got to know what kind of people I want to have around me. So that definitely improved my life experience. Still, from time to time, you see YouTube comments that are just commenting something about you look gay, or I don't know what, something. They don't really touch me, but I can see that this energy still exists. A subtle reminder that there is people out there that don't like you just for you being you. And it's a good reminder because that's life. So, sort of. You just need to learn to be okay with it, learn to defend yourself. Like with YouTube comments, what I do is I just delete them. They just don't exist, so they don't even get a stage. People who are somehow now abusive to me or somehow disrespectful to me, they don't get to stay around me. So
how to stop being insecure when your partner receives sex interest from other men?
I would not stop being insecure. I would share that insecurity. What are you trying to be? Just be yourself. Share your insecurity, and share in the most vulnerable way you can, and let your partner hear you. That's it.
What was your most eye-opening experience?
I remember also there was a question about the tattoo, so I'm gonna nail those two questions at the same time, because the most eye-opening experience, I also tattooed it on my arm. It says, "I'm nothing, life is everything, I am life." It was after a beautiful LSD trip that I experienced. In that LSD trip, I realized that I am not my mind, and I'm not my body. I mean, I am those things, but there's a part of me that is way deeper and more essential to all of those things. Those are like clothing, different like clothing that I wear. When I wear clothing, they become somehow a part of me, but they're not me in a way. And that deep thing that I felt that is essential of who I really am is actually nothingness. There's no form, there's no set of thoughts, there's no big eye there, powerful eye. It's actually empty. But that emptiness is also everything. That was my most amazing experience. And after 2 weeks, I was arguing with somebody about some bullshit, and I thought, 2 weeks ago I got enlightened. Basically, what am I arguing with him about some bullshit? I want to remember this. So I went and tattooed the understanding that only makes sense to me on my arm. So sometimes people like you would ask me, what is this tattoo? And I will have to explain and somehow on the way remind myself of that experience, so I don't have to be stuck with bullshit again.
Tips on moving on after a breakup?
Best tip, possibly, change your location. Move out from your place and go to a different place. It's probably not the healthiest way, but that's my way.
Two people asking what your skincare routine is.
Skincare. Huh.
What do you think about a plugin called Lockdown?
Yeah, it's a great plugin. Kind of a game changer.
Do you believe in marriage?
If you need that, if you need the papers, if marriage will help you in some way, then do it. Otherwise, who do you need to prove that you love somebody? Why do you need to prove it to your government or to your... if you really want to prove it to your friends and family, sure, do the ceremony, but why do you need to get the actual papers? I would probably get married, but because my girlfriend is Swedish and I'm from Israel, and if we want to live in the same place, it's just more comfortable if we don't have to deal with paper shit.
So how do you feel about the whole virus deal? Dave Ikes opened my eyes to what's happening. That's what's happening behind the scenes, and the future scare you, and what helps you to keep you calm?
I understand that we are living in a vibrational reality, and this virus is sort of an expression of what we fucking do here on this planet, with the way that we treat our animals and the way that we treat forests, and it's like literally what we are doing to the planet. The planet is doing back to us now. So I hope that this situation will shake humans up and make them kind of like reconsider how they treat this planet and how they treat animals and how they treat each other, and will lead to a better life. You know, especially when you see movies like Vice and The Big Short, that shows you how fucked up humans can get. Greed for money and greed for fucking power. It feels like this planet really needs a big slap. By planet, I mean people on the planet. So I think this is what the planet is providing us, big slap. It literally told us to all go into our rooms and think about what we've done. So.
What is your greatest goal in life? What do you want to achieve?
Greatest goal in life? Well, it seems to me now that the greatest goal will be to create an amazing, mind-blowing, so impacting movie that will uplift people's consciousness.
How to follow your dreams while you are doing...
How do you follow your dreams during this virus situation? I feel very much that this virus situation has been given to us by the universe for a reason. The reason is, if you just look at what we have to do at the moment, which is staying at home and having a lot of time to think, a lot of time to be with ourselves and so on, that is a beautiful time to actually reconsider what it is that you are wanting and where do you want to spend your energy. What is your biggest desire actually? What is this dream that you want to follow? Is it worth following? Those are the questions that the universe, I feel, pushing all of us to ask now. And I'm on board with this. This is what I'm doing. And maybe I invite you to do that as well.
Pick one. Satisfaction or ambition?
Ambition. Satisfaction seems too short term. My answer to that question, most of my life will be satisfaction. Most of my life. But now I'm slowly growing up.
Do you want children?
When I see a child, I'm like, oh my God, this is so cute. I would love to have my own. I would love to grow it. I would love to like teach it about the world and so on. But then when I think about practically what it means to have a toddler walking around here and screaming and needing food, and the fact that it needs taking care of, and I cannot leave and I cannot travel, I cannot do all those things. I have to like...
Yum, yum.
It's just blowing my mind. Like people are like, yeah, I'm gonna give up my life for 20 years. That's fine. I'm gonna grow a child. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a 20-year project and I'm gonna grow a human being. And I'm gonna give up half of my life for it. It's blowing my mind that people are doing it.
Someone asked about what's your hair care routine. Do you want to talk about skin and hair from it?
No, I cut my hair every 5 years or something, and I use shampoo sometimes. Honestly, this is my hair. Okay, so alright guys, so that was the Q&A from Instagram. I liked it. I want to do it more. Let's do this more. Anyway, like I said in the beginning of the video, if you want to be in touch with me, the best way is through Instagram. So you can follow me there, and sometimes I don't answer, okay? But most of the time I do. Instagram, I see it as more of my close connection to my audience, and YouTube is like my output to the world, you know? So if you want to be more intimately connected with me, Instagram is the best way. What did I else wanted to say? Oh yeah, thank you for watching.